Obviously, these are part of the problems Nigeria is facing today. So many things happening on the ground, and nobody is picking up on the importance of, openness and being truthful to the people. Now, there's a lot of lies going on in the country, a lot of lies. A whole lot of lies that Nigerians are not even aware of. You go to the military, a whole lot of lies. You go to the Niger Delta Development Commission, same is happening there. Even among the anti-graft agencies, both food and drug, and EFCC and the likes, and ICPC, all of these underlying issues and lies all over. And it is not different because now that there's an ex-Niger Delta militant or a warlord who has decided and has vowed to name and shame those determined saboteurs of the Presidential Amnesty Program, PAP. So you can see that there's a lot of problems. So when people begin to call out people, you should understand that some things have been going on and some people have been benefiting from these things. That is why they are not speaking up. And those not even benefiting at all are the ones who, at the end of the day, would come out to begin to say some things that are not even supposed to be. So when we even talk about, how corruption would stop in the country, I believe it should first start from the top, because if you're trying to clean up from the bottom and the top is still very corrupt, so those coming to the top would actually make those at the bottom very corrupt. So all of these agencies should be really looked upon. Yes, it should be looked upon. And now the Niger Deltas, or the warlord, has decided to open his mouth to call out some people. It is not going to be funny, because at the end of the day, this is likely going to be, of course, another kind of, a war in the country that nobody ever thought would happen. But anyway, guys, I'll bring you more details. But please stay tuned, like this video, share this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not. And also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell. All right, guys, without further ado, let us get right into the details of this report as ex-Niger Delta warlord vowed to expose saboteurs. Who are the saboteurs? Former Niger Delta warlords have vowed to name and shame those they termed saboteurs of the Presidential Amnesty Program. The former warlord said they backed the ongoing reform introduced by the interim administrator of PAP, that is the Presidential Amnesty Program, Colonel Militant Decoy, especially steps taken to remove ghost beneficiaries from the Presidential Amnesty Program's payroll. They spoke at the weekend after a meeting with Dikio at Agadagba, Obom, Eseodo local government area of Ondo State. The leaders of phases 1 to 3 amnesty beneficiaries made their position known during a meeting with Dikio. On his part, Ibi Kambowi Victor Ben, aka Boy Loof, stated that lip service to reforms in the amnesty program by former heads of the scheme emboldened fraudulent persons to continue to reap where they did not sow. Victor Ben noted that ongoing verification exercise to end the fraud in the amnesty system denied many authentic ex-agitators the opportunity to benefit from the monthly stipends. He urged all lovers of Niger Delta region to support Decoy on the verification exercise instead of stacking him for cleaning the Eugene stable and repositioning the program. Victor Ben, who called for unity and peaceful coexistence among all former warlords, urged them to shun all actions capable of derailing the amnesty program. High Chief Bibo Pere Ajube, aka Shoot at Sight, said the incessant petitions and court cases instituted against the Amnesty Office were acts of distraction by anti-progressive forces in the region. Chief Ajube charged leaders of the various phases to work for the actualization of the new PAP, that is the Presidential Amnesty Program vision introduced by DCOR to accelerate the development of the region and ensure sustained peace. He said they would join forces with Decoy to name and shame individuals who plan to embarrass the system with frivolous petitions and court cases. Decoy, on his part, said suspension of an account belonging to an ex-agitator was not total as cancellation and assured that all cleared accounts would be paid outstanding stipend arrears. He said a former warlord whom he refused to name has been receiving monies meant for 400 people in connivance with some government officials. Decoy said his vision for the PAP was anchored on promoting entrepreneurship and building a peaceful Niger Delta that would be a reference point as an ideal place to live and do business because of its climatic stability. I am not deterred by those who have made me their project to criticize. The reforms we have embarked on are not targeted at any one or group but to sanitize the system, he said. These are part of the things we're talking about as, they want to expose some people. How can a person collect or receive monies meant for 400 people in connivance with some government officials? 400 people. So how much do you think that would accrue to at the end of the day? These are some of the injustice going on in the system that must be questioned and be looked into. People must be held accountable. But because nobody is being held accountable for these things, people just, this is one out of many that are happening, even in other agencies in the country. These are some of the things going on, and nobody is questioning, nobody is talking about. So now that some people have decided to come together to expose these guys, it will become another issue entirely because some people want to cover up all of this shit that are going on. So definitely, at the end of the day, it will become another problem entirely. Even when you look into the NAFDAC agency, the same thing is going on. Some people are doing a lot of underground stuffs that some of the NAFDAC officials do not even have the right to go there just because some higher officers have said, oh, leave these guys. And they are giving people the wrong foods to even consume. And the same thing is happening in the ICPC and even in among the EFCC, most of these anti-graft agencies. Even when it has to do with the health of people, it has to do with concerns for humans, but they really don't mind for the fact that something is coming into their pocket that is huge. They don't mind. So there's a lot that has to really be corrected, and people has to be held accountable and must be questioned. So well, that is it, guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Whatever you have to say about this, please drop it in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Do have a pleasant time. Bye for now.